Good morning. I'm Jamie Lee of Animal Bonds. Welcome to Reiki Wednesday. So today, I want to talk about the spiritual wisdom of animals. So, there's an old Native American proverb that says, animals already know more than you do. And I love that because it speaks to the spiritual wisdom that all animals have. And that, unfortunately, a lot of humans have lost touch with that. I was very fortunate when I grew up. I was surrounded by nature. I had always had pets, cats, dogs. I had sheep, chickens. There was squirrels. There was birds, there was mountain lions, there was feral cats where I lived. So I was always in nature. I was always with the animals. And so I realized at a very young age about their spiritual wisdom. Now, most of us who are watching this are animal lovers. So you probably already understand and have animals in your lives that you share or entangled with, like this one over here who wants to be in the video today. So you get it. You get that there are animals that come into your life that are entangled. And they come to either teach you something, and a lot of times they do that by reflecting back. They are mirrors. Maybe you need to learn something in particular in your life at that moment. The animal will come teach you. I've had that happen before, where I went from I had a chow who was strong and independent and stubborn, and I had to be strong. And he came to me at a time when I was going through my divorce and my life was upside down. So he taught me how to be strong. I had a Jack Russell who taught me how to be strong, but also how to have a lot of joy and just enthusiasm for life. And it's interesting because I had these two very strong, dynamic dogs that taught me how to be strong and joyful and just go out and grab life. And in a matter of years, maybe 5 years, I found myself, they were gone. And I found myself with two dogs coming into my life that were so fearful, extremely fearful. Tulip, I couldn't even get near her for 2 weeks. She went out in the yard and hid. Finally, she came around and, oh my gosh, she blossomed. Then Oscar, who was found out in the desert, came into my life, and he went into the laundry room and hid for a week. So it's interesting that they came at a time. They were showing me all this fear, and I realized that I had to change. I wasn't needing to be strong and powerful and just out there. I needed to kind of pull back and be quiet and patient with these dogs. And it taught me to look at my fears. What fears were holding me back? So that's how animals can be mirrors to us. They can also be healers, especially dogs. We use dogs so much in our life. They go into hospitals as therapy dogs. They go into nursing homes. People just light up when they see animals come in, and they can't wait to be around them. That is a natural healing power. Guide dogs for the blind. Look how animals heal us. And it's amazing. They are our mirrors. They are our healers. And, we have gotten away from that. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't really able to grasp the spiritual wisdom of animals because they haven't been around it. They've been separated from it. And you can look at that. It might be easier if you have a dog or cat at home that you can realize, oh, okay, yes, I love them and we're entangled or we have this connection, and you can see it more with them. But what about the wild animals? Obviously, we haven't as a species because we're taking away their habitat and, we're causing them to go extinct through hunting and different things. So, and just through some of our choices by what we do to the land, they can no longer survive. And then, of course, what about the farm animals, the animals that we have in our food process, and how we treat them? Do we really look at the treatment and recognize them as spiritual beings? Until we do that, we have to look at all the animals for our benefit. It's not just for their benefit, it's for our benefit, because they come to teach us to be spiritual partners on this planet. And we are the ones really missing out. So another way that animals will help us in this spiritual journey, if you become an animal Reiki practitioner, you discover it quite quickly that they become our teachers. And as our teachers, it's amazing. We go into animal Reiki and we have expectations, and even when we don't have expectations, animals will surprise us. Many times I thought I was there to help them. And what I really discovered is they were there to help me and cause healing for me. And they will do that time and time again. That the animal, they may need healing. They may be in a situation where they're hurt or they need to recover from something. But as you sit in Reiki with an animal, you discover that they came to share a message with you. And that message is for the benefit of all animals and all people, because remember, we really are animals on this planet. So the spiritual wisdom of animals has been overlooked today. It's been forgotten. It wasn't always forgotten back when the native peoples were on the earth. They honored and respected it. Sometimes you see it in shamanism. But animal Reiki is all about getting in touch with the spiritual wisdom of animals and their healing powers for humans, not just the other way around. It is amazing, and I know that when we do that as a society, a lot of things are going to change in our lives. The world is going to get a lot better when we honor our animal companions and listen to their spiritual wisdom. We've gotten away from it, and as Reiki practitioners, it is kind of our responsibility to bring that message back. Whether we're Reiki practitioners, we are shamans, whatever it is we do, or we are just someone going about our daily life, raising a family, working a job, choices that you make will make a difference in the spiritual wisdom of animals. And truly it can. And it seems minor, but knowing where your food came from, huge, huge. Do you really know where that steak came from? How was it treated? There's a lot of different methods out there on how the animal is treated before they end up on your plate. So educating yourself. How are animals raised? What's going on in the animal rescue world in your community? Do you know? Do you know how many homeless animals there are? And how many agencies are out there that maybe you could make a donation to? So it's simple acts every day that you can do. You don't have to become a Reiki practitioner, although it'd be wonderful if everyone did. But choices, being educated about the choices you make and how it affects the animals on this planet is huge. Even trash. All the plastic little things that get thrown into the ocean that can kill animals. You know, we can make everyday choices that will make a huge difference and allow the animals to share their spiritual wisdom with us. So how in depth you want to get is totally up to you, but please, I ask that you make at least a small step in helping to hear the spiritual wisdom of animals, because we will all be better for it. So I like to wait to the end to recognize everybody, because sometimes I don't see everybody pop up. So I see Robbie is with us this morning. Good morning, Robbie. Thank you for joining me. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in the comments and I will answer them next week. So I do hope that you have a fabulous day today. And I thank you so much for joining me on this amazing journey of Reiki. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.